Welcome back to The Chosen's Blended Harmony of the Gospel. I'm Nancy, this is Mandy. We are on day 27, part 3. The first shall be last. The first will be last and the last will be first, from Luke 18:28. Peter began to tell him, "Look, we have left everything and followed you." Jesus said to them, "Truly I tell you, in the renewal of all things, when the Son of Man sits on his glorious throne, you who have followed me will also sit on 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Truly I tell you," Jesus said, "there is no one who has left his house or wife and brothers or sisters or mother or father or children or fields for my sake and for the sake of the gospel, who will not receive 100 times more. Now at this time, houses, brothers and sisters, mother and children and fields, with persecutions, and eternal life in the age to come. But many who are first will be last, and the last first. For the kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. After agreeing with the workers on 1 denarius, he sent them into the vineyard for the day. When he went out about 9 in the morning, he saw others standing in the marketplace doing nothing. He said to them, "You also go into my vineyard, and I'll give you whatever is right." So off they went. About noon and about 3, he went out again and did the same thing. Then about 5 he went out and found others standing around and said to them, "Why have you been standing here all day doing nothing?" "Because no one hired us," they said to him. "You also go into my vineyard," he told them. When evening came, the owner of the vineyard told his foreman, "Call the workers and give them their pay, starting with the last and ending with the first." When those who were hired about 5 came, they each received 1 denarius. So when the first ones came, they assumed they would get more, but they also received a denarius each. When they received it, they began to complain to the landowner, "These last men put in 1 hour, and you made them equal to us, who bore the burden of the day's work and the burning heat." He replied to them, "Friend, I'm doing you no wrong. Didn't you agree with me on 1 denarius? Take what's yours and go. I want to give this last man the same I gave you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with what is mine? Are you jealous because I'm generous? So the last will be first, and the first last." This is such an interesting story. I remember as a kid, I thought, yeah, that's kind of right for them to complain. I mean, they did all day work, and the other people came in and they worked for 1 hour, and they all got the same amount of money. I mean, I didn't know what a denarius was back then, but I just thought they should get more than 1, right? But it is a great example of us and life. Some of us came to know Jesus early on. We have been serving in church and giving up all the things in life that people think are fun, drinking and all the, running around and all that. We haven't done that. We've been following him our whole lives, and we've been taking our time to serve other people. And I've given a lot of money away. Like those of you also who have been Christian your whole life, if you've been tithing, you've been giving a lot away. So it just seems like, well, we should get more in the end, right? But it doesn't matter. Somebody who believes in Jesus on their deathbed, they get the same thing that we get. Our 1 denarius is eternal life. And you know what? It's the same for everybody. And I'm just glad that I've had more chance to serve him. It doesn't feel like a burden to me that I've given up all the crazy things of the world and that I've been giving more money and spending more time on mission trips and soup kitchens and VBS and teaching youth and teaching women and all this. It doesn't matter to me. Oh, there's a fly. Okay, Mandy, you got to sit down. It actually is a blessing that I've gotten to do all of those things, right? It doesn't seem like a burden at all. And I'm just glad if anybody can even just squeeze in at the last second, on their deathbed, on their last breath, if they can believe in God. I think that's amazing. I'm not going to be jealous. I'm not going to put them down. I'll be like, come on in. The door is open. The more people we can get into heaven, the better. And that's what he was just trying to get them to see here, that he promises eternal life, which is the same for all of us. No matter how long you've been a believer or how much work you've done, we all get the same. And isn't that a glorious gift? And what he was trying to teach the disciples there is that God is both fair and generous. And so we should rejoice in that and not be mad that God is being maybe more fair and more generous to others. They, as Jews, thought they were the chosen ones. They were the children of Israel, right? So they thought they might get more favor. And Jesus now is extending grace and eternal life to the Gentiles, to everyone. And they were a little, jealous about that, but I think they got over that. And they started to tell people how we can get to heaven only by Jesus' sacrifice. So don't be jealous of other people that are coming into the kingdom. Rejoice that another soul knows God's grace. So I hope today that you know God's grace is for everyone, even you. Even if you haven't believed in Him your whole life, maybe today is the day. Wouldn't that be great? That you realize that we are all workers in the vineyard and He wants to pay us, right, with His grace, and that extends to everybody. So it doesn't matter if you're coming in the last minute or not. We all can believe in Jesus. And I hope that you do that today, or I hope you tell someone else about that today. Mandy is ready to go today, so we are going to be done. But we will see you back here tomorrow for more Harmony of the Gospel, where we can learn more about God's grace and His plans for you and for me. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. You can get your own copy of A Blended Harmony of the Gospels by The Chosen simply by going to thechosengifts.com. There you can find all kinds of wonderful merchandise to help build your faith this year. Be sure to check out their devotionals and their Bible studies. Have a blessed day.